Welcome to
Beer Talk.
Our
Disclaimer, though, is that this is actually Rakia. It's kind of the Croatian grappa. That is the third pressing of the third pressing, I think. It's,
But it actually tastes good.
Oh, it does taste good.
This
This
one's
one's
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them, though, are just take the paint off. Whew.
We have beautiful surroundings here. We've got a knight in his shining armor looking over us as we record here tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking about our adventure from Sarajevo down to Dubrovnik, and it was a stormy day.
It's a dark and stormy night. Yeah, there we go. Actually, it was stormy in the morning when we left Sarajevo.
Yeah,
It sure was.
And our first stop, I don't remember the name of the town. Our driver, Roman, suggested it, and it was a bathroom stop at a bar, but right across the street was a historical site. And it was a bridge that was destroyed during World War II. And initially we're all looking at it trying to figure out why these railroad tracks are going up at the angle they were. Well, here, take a look. Here you can see the trestle. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Down along the water with the engine up on top. And okay, who remembers what that history was?
I do.
Go for it, Mike.
Yep. Marshal Tito, he wasn't Marshal then, he was just Tito, was the leader of the freedom fighters for the resistance who was fighting the Nazi and the Italians and also the Serbians, I think, too, the Chechnya. And they were surrounding him. They'd kept spotters out and planes out, and they knew his 20,000 troop army was getting surrounded, and they had something like 100,000 troops against him. So he blew the bridge.
But they knew all the escape routes.
Yeah, they were closing off all the escape routes.
And so
he blew up the bridge, which seemed nonsensical. But then he sent a few troops off in one direction as a feint. All of the major German forces went for that. They built another bridge, a temporary bridge down on the bottom over the river.
Overnight, wasn't it?
Yeah, overnight, and under cover of darkness, he got his army out of there, took on the Chechens and beat them up, and the war was never the same. He did an excellent job. He's quite the commander.
I think that was the thing, is that because he looked after his own wounded and his own people, which made him such a prominent hero to the whole nation at the conclusion of the war.
Yeah, he was all about the unity of the Balkan people.
And I do apologize. This is Beer Talk, and we're talking history. But there's some really neat history that we're learning along the way here, and it gives us a better understanding of the Balkans, of these countries, of the people here. It does seem like there's just another layer of it that peels back everywhere we go.
I don't know that we mentioned last time that Mac had said on our tour guide when we were in Sarajevo at that point, and he was talking about Marshal Tito, and that even though it was a communist regime, socialist.
Socialist, I think.
But that there was a certain, he called it Yugo nostalgia. Yeah, I don't think we had mentioned that, and a lot of people really, that was actually a great time for the Yugoslavia and these populations, these various countries that are now independent of each other, but were combined, that was a time of prosperity for them. And Tito had done a lot to, one is he unified the country, at the end of World War II, brought the country together, but then also was a very benevolent dictator in a way that he built the population, he built the economy, and he took care of the people.
That's right.
Yeah, and so
and also a skilled diplomat, so he was able to utilise relationships with the West that the rest of the Communist
And the
world
East.
wasn't able to. And that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
He was able to play both sides.
But because of the side Bosnia ended up on, they didn't have the prosperity that some of the other Balkan states were experiencing, and so they were nostalgic
That's
towards
it.
that.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. True. That's
time.
it.
True.
That's right.
Yeah. But
Their political system there is just a nightmare. The consistent theme we heard from everybody was how screwed up their government is.
Yeah.
They have 3 presidents, they have 3 parliaments, they rotate who's in charge every 6 or 8 months. That's what 60% of their GDP goes to the government just to keep these presidencies
the administration
running.
going.
It's just a nightmare for them, and their country can't seem to move forward because of that.
Yeah, there were several examples that we saw of buildings that were destroyed during the war and haven't been rebuilt because nobody can agree
That's
what to
right.
do
what
with
to
them.
do with it? Yeah. Yeah.
So as we move along to brighter times, so we talked about the
Tito's Bridge. Yep.
so World War II. So from there we headed to Mostar.
Yeah.
And had a great experience in Mostar. I mean, take a look at this. This is the bridge, and it goes over the river. Very iconic, but just a beautiful construction. And we were talking earlier, and you had mentioned how somebody mentioned how the builder of the bridge. What was that?
Yeah, there was. It was an Ottoman. It was during the Ottoman Empire time, and I don't know if he was called the emperor or not, but he commissioned this engineer to build the bridge, and he wanted an excellent bridge, but the threat was if the bridge fell down, then your life was over. So he built a very good bridge, and apparently lasted for 400 or 500 years. It was damaged during the Bosnian-Serbian War, and had to be rebuilt. But they tried to restore it in its original form with original construction techniques. And to be fair, I mean, it could have been, to me, was perfectly original. Beautiful bridge and just remarkable to how everything is constructed here with the very simple construction techniques and just using stone and some type of local mortar to put these things together and to support all those people and across that span. It's really beautiful.
Scott, how would you describe the experience going over the bridge?
Well, with so many other tourists going over at the same time, it's very congested and it's kind of slippery because the surface of the bridge itself is marble. With so many tourists going over it, it's very polished marble, and so it feels tight and it feels constricted. But they'd have these marble runners across every sort of metre or so, which sort of stops you from sliding backwards, fortunately.
Yeah. You thought that it would be for the water, and I was questioning whether it was to give you a stopping point as you slid down.
So you didn't go rolling down there, because it's pretty steep.
It might be valuable if it was raining. I imagine that could be pretty slippery.
Yeah, because there have been people, this was, I think, built in 1530. There have been a lot of feet over that thing. It is polished. Yeah.
We had a beautiful view of the shops going up and down both sides of the river, and we went to lunch, and we had the privilege of going to a restaurant that Mike and Leanne had been to before.
Yeah, the Babylon restaurant.
Yeah, beautiful view.
Right up on a terrace over top the river, looking at the bridge. which fantastic food again, and lots of it. They believe in big portions here.
They do.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
you are just stuffed when you finish, but doma, sarma, shavapi, just all kinds of good stuff that we had at our end of the table. Now your end, it was interesting.
Yeah, I had a Bosnian burger, and the burger was
Easily.
huge. But the funny part, though, was when I was ordering. Because, Laura orders, and she says whatever the name is on there and pronounces it wonderfully. And I asked the waiter how you pronounce this, and he goes, burger.
It was probably 3 words.
Well, it was a half a
47
paragraph,
consonants.
no vowels name, and I wanted to hear how it was pronounced. And
Yeah.
burger. So it
Knew
was,
what you were getting.
it was delicious. Yes. So when we left the restaurant and
Well, even before, if I may butt in,
Yeah.
which I'm going to, obviously, as we were coming back over the bridge before lunch, there was a young man standing there,
Oh, yes.
a handful of young men who will, for the right amount of money, jump off the bridge into the river. And I think you asked them how much, right?
50 euro. That was the price. And I almost popped out at 50 euro just to see him go, but then I thought better of that. And the other comment
the crowd
was,
was telling you something too, weren't they?
yeah. Well, it was, how much money has he gotten? It's like a euro here, 2 euro there. And he kind of meant, he said it was a pool, 50 euro for the crowd kind of thing. But anyway, we didn't hand any money over, but they were standing up there. They were proud as peacocks. They were inside the railing, outside the railing, walking around like they just owned the place.
This bridge is 60 meters tall. It's way up there. This is no mean feat to go jumping off this sucker.
No, and well, beside the height, it's down in this river that has a little bit of depth to it, but I don't think it's that deep.
No, there are rocks sticking up in there.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
but it was a treat at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the end, we did get to see the jump.
Here's Scott's video, and listen to this.
Going.
Yeah, that to us that sounded like a belly flop.
Belly flop. Yeah, we all looked at each other.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That didn't sound
Wow,
good.
that was loud.
That had to hurt.
Yeah.
But in order to keep from going too deep, I would imagine they've got some technique where they do have to really shallow out right at the last second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, these, big surprise, young males are up there jumping off there.
Yeah.
Takes more chutzpah than brains.
So we left Mostar and headed for the border.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And we were just cruising. We thought, man, we are making good time here. And we pull up to the border. This is Bosnia-Croatia border, where they're reasonably strict, it seems, compared to the Montenegro border, but that's a different story. And there's only one bus ahead of us.
Yeah, and Toma was saying that there are times where there's 5 buses, and so we're thinking, oh, this is going to be great, easy
Could be
peasy.
breeze through.
One bus.
Yep.
No.
No, it didn't happen. No, there was a problem in that bus in front of us. And
Yes.
there's rumors as to what happened, but somebody got caught with something.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
how
saw
long were
somebody
we there?
being led from that bus with bags, and they'll take him off to interview rooms, and you think, yeah, this is going to take a while.
Yeah.
And it did. It was well over an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well over an hour.
But when the going gets tough, the
tough get
pull out
going.
a bottle.
Come on,
And
oh yeah.
somewhere on that bus, a bottle of, I think it's called Slivovisa. It's kind of this rakia, this...
Plum
Well, this
brandy.
stuff we got tonight is really good, but
Yeah.
there is stuff that is just a killer.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is marvelous stuff.
yeah.
Really
Yeah.
good.
I think it'll help our episode.
Yeah.
So anyway, they pulled it out and passed it around, and after a couple of times, we didn't care. They could have pulled the whole bus off in front of us.
Yeah.
No, actually, it was just
Yeah.
We just had to be patient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing we could do.
Yeah, it helped the time pass anyway.
It did help
It
the time
did,
pass.
yeah. And so we eventually made it through. And I do throw in one thing that I think is pretty cool. Since they're still stamping passports,
Oh, yeah.
you know, our passports show that we've been traveling. So in a couple months, they're going digitally, and that all goes away,
Yep.
which I'm kind of disappointed at because, you know, the passport is kind of like a travel trophy
Yeah,
with
it is.
these
Yeah,
stamps.
yeah.
So we got stamped there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So from there, we headed in towards Dubrovnik, and we had some good rain during that.
Oh, gosh,
time.
yeah.
It was coming down hard. When we came down, we hit the coast, and we had the Adriatic Sea to our right as we were coming down the coast. And talk about beautiful.
Oh,
That
yeah.
just,
It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
it glistens.
yeah.
The weather cleared up. It was timing was perfect, and we had a nice view of the ocean and view of the islands. And
Yeah, they have a bunch of islands in Croatia, like 1,000, I think we heard, islands up and down the coast. It's
Yeah, literally 1,000.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
dramatic.
It was beautiful. Then we got to the hotel, and our hotel is gorgeous, and right on the water there. And here's a view of the sunset from the hotel across the Adriatic, and you see the little island over there
Yeah,
to the left,
yeah.
and you know, just absolutely beautiful.
a good spot too, you know, with that boardwalk. You know, that's about a mile or so from the hotel out to the road where that boardwalk kind of ends
Promenade.
out there.
Yes.
And the promenade, yeah. And
yes.
restaurants all along
The promenade.
promenade. But it's a great spot. I mean, great
yeah.
spot to walk. Restaurants,
Yeah,
coffee
lots of
shops
them.
and things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were all going as a group to find a restaurant, and came to a nice restaurant, and he was totally overwhelmed by our numbers.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and a little bit of indecision too. There was a little bit of indecision going
Oh,
on
was there?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many
Yeah.
people, you know, do we have? And it was ours. You know, it was just,
Yeah.
do we have 5? Do we have 6? Do we have 8? Or
Thinking
what?
about-
Yeah, so 4 of us peeled off and went to another part of the restaurant. We didn't know it was the same restaurant.
Doesn't even look like the same
No.
restaurant,
No.
right? Yeah, yeah. You
No.
guys were like in a
20
treehouse
yards.
section up
Yeah.
there. We were down on the boardwalk.
Nice
Yeah.
dim light. You
Yeah.
could see the moon out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was gorgeous, and to be able to experience some of the local seafood was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
fabulous. I know you had the same thing we did, which
Yeah.
it was
Which
the,
is the grilled, squid. Yeah.
grilled squid,
Yeah.
and it was delicious. You had the
Yeah, something I'd never had before, which was black risotto, which was cuttlefish in
Ink.
it, and the cuttlefish ink staining the whole thing. It was really, really good, and I'd never had that before.
Yeah, we had scallops and grilled vegetables. It was nice, very nice.
Importantly, we had some beautiful local wine as well.
Great wine, yeah. They're the Croatian white wines have been very impressive, and for my taste buds, I like the dry, minerally taste.
Yeah, and I'm a red wine drinker, and so are you
Yeah.
at times.
Yeah.
And you ordered
Plavix Mali
Plavix Mali.
is the grape that they're pretty well known for, and it was a really good grape that I think is a relative of Zinfandel. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, they don't export much wine, so most of the time in the States you'd never know how good it is here.
Yeah.
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 Reasonably priced and really good.
That's right.
So on tomorrow's episode, you know, we did a lot in Dubrovnik, and we'll take you into the old town, experience that. Some went on a tour, a city tour. Some of us went on a food tour. Not much food, but it was a food tour. And Then there were some that went to the island. I don't know, did either of you go up on
We went to the
We
cable
both
car.
went the cable
We went up
car.
the cable
Yeah.
car. Yeah.
and then walked the wall? But we'll have that for you tomorrow. Well, on the next episode. We don't know when tomorrow is. We're on vacation.
That's right.
I'm not even sure what day today is, let alone which day we're talking about.
Slightest idea.
So, with our non-beer beer talk,
Yep.
this is
Beer talk.